The battlefield above New Terra was silent now, an impossible silence after days of screaming skies and burning metal. The wind howled through the remains of an orbital drop pod, scattering ash like snow. Beneath that broken husk lay a single survivor, Captain Eli Vance, human soldier, orbital engineer, and the last man of Outpost 9. He woke to static, pain, and the faint shimmer of alien energy above him. A figure stood framed against the dying sun, tall, lithe, and draped in armor that shimmered like liquid glass, a Serath warrior. Their kind was built for destruction, engineered through generations to be perfect killers. Their touch alone carried enough voltage to burn through human nervous systems like paper. And yet, she didn't move. Her hand hovered just inches from his chest, trembling, faint energy pulsing at her fingertips, ready to end him in one flicker of thought. But her eyes, silver with veins of luminous blue, didn't hold the coldness Eli expected. They held confusion, conflict, almost fear. Eli coughed, grimacing. "Well," he rasped, "if you're gonna kill me, at least do it before I start asking annoying questions." Her voice, when it came, was like steel cracking under heat. "You should not be alive." "Yeah, I've heard that before," Eli muttered, trying to sit up. "You Serath types aren't exactly known for mercy." Her gaze didn't waver. "Mercy is not in our design." "Then what's stopping you?" he asked. She didn't answer. Her hand lowered slightly, then tightened into a fist as if she was fighting herself. The air between them shimmered, molecules dancing as her bioelectric field struggled against invisible restraint. He should have been terrified, but for some reason, Eli wasn't. There was something human in her hesitation. Finally, she turned away. "Your life serves no purpose to end." "Wow," he chuckled weakly. That almost sounded like compassion. Her eyes flicked toward him. "Do not mistake malfunction for mercy." The malfunction. Eli didn't know how long he was unconscious after that. When he came to, he found himself in a Serath shelter, metal walls shaped from grown alloys, smooth and organic, like the inside of a living creature. His wounds were bandaged, his armor repaired with alien material that pulsed faintly with life. She sat nearby, silent sentinel in the dim blue light. "You saved me," Eli said. Her expression didn't change. "I preserved you. A human alive may be useful for interrogation."
"Right."
"And yet, you patched me up, gave me water, and didn't tie me down. You Serath have an interesting way of interrogating." She said nothing. Eli studied her armor, sleek and seamless, but cracked near the left shoulder, leaking faint luminescent fluid. "You're hurt." "It is irrelevant. You patched me up before yourself." "Doesn't seem irrelevant to me." Her gaze darted toward him again, sharper now. "You presume too much, human." He raised his hands. "Hey, just saying thanks. I'm Eli, by the way." She hesitated. Her kind didn't share names with enemies. But after a pause, she said, almost reluctantly, "Varen." "Varen," he repeated softly. "Pretty name." Her head tilted slightly. "It is not meant to be." Something flickered in her tone. Something uncertain. Eli didn't push it. Instead, he spent the next few hours examining his surroundings, while Varen watched him with silent intensity. The tension between them was fragile but alive. As night fell, he saw her sitting apart, removing her gauntlets to inspect her hands, thin streaks of energy pulsing beneath her skin. She flexed her fingers, and blue sparks crackled, then faded. "Your system's okay?" Eli asked. She looked up sharply. "My systems are flawless." "Because earlier, you said you had a malfunction." She stiffened. It was an observation, not confession. Eli smiled faintly. You couldn't kill me, could you? Silence. You tried, he continued gently, but something stopped you. Her jaw tightened. You presume to understand things beyond your species. Maybe. Or maybe I just saw it in your eyes. Her glare softened, but only slightly. You do not know what it means for me to hesitate. The Serath were not born, we were built. We are living weapons. We feel only enough to understand targets, not to question them. And yet, Eli said quietly, "You're questioning." Varen turned away, as if the words hurt more than wounds. You speak as if choice is easy. You do not carry the weight of creation's purpose. Maybe not, Eli said. But I carry the weight of conscience. Sometimes that's heavier. Middle Part 2. The Shared Past. Over the next few days, the storm outside raged on, isolating them from the world. Supplies dwindled, and their uneasy alliance turned into quiet cooperation. They scavenged from wreckage, traded short words that slowly grew longer. Eli taught her how to repair a broken ration heater using her armor's spare circuits. Varen taught him how to breathe through Serath masks to survive thin atmosphere. They even laughed once, a short, awkward sound that startled them both. Then came the night of the flare. A lightning storm rolled across the plains, illuminating the alien sky in waves of red plasma. The light caught the edge of Varen's armor, painting her silver form in crimson fire. She stood outside the shelter, unmoving. Eli stepped out to join her. You should be resting. I do not require rest, she murmured. But you should fear this world. It burns everything soft. Then it's a miracle I'm still standing. She turned, studying him, not as an enemy, but as something unknown. You are unlike the others we fought. They came to conquer. You fix things. Eli shrugged. Engineer's curse. I see something broken. I can't walk away. Her gaze drifted toward the sky. What if what is broken is me? Eli hesitated. Then I'll fix you too. Varen looked at him sharply. You cannot fix what was never meant to feel. Her voice cracked, and Eli finally understood. Back on Arcadia, he said slowly, there was a rumor about Serath soldiers who were grown too fast, fused with human DNA. They said it made them more adaptable but unstable. Her eyes widened slightly. That project was erased. Only prototypes survived. You're one of them, aren't you? Varen's breathing faltered. Half of me is machine. The other half human. And that's why you couldn't kill me. Her hands clenched. It is not compassion, it is contamination. My creators would see me dismantled for it. Eli stepped closer, ignoring the sparks that rippled off her skin. No, Varen. It's not contamination. It's conscience. She stared at him, and for the first time, her eyes shimmered not with energy, but with emotion. Your words, they hurt. Good, he said softly. Means you're alive. Climax. The hunters arrive. 3 days later, the Serath came. Eli woke to the sound of an orbital shuttle tearing through the atmosphere. Blue fire streaked across the horizon, a beacon of death. Varen was already on her feet, armor sealed, eyes cold again. They're here for me, she said flatly. They will not let you live. Eli grabbed his gear. Then we run. She shook her head. They will track my signature. You cannot hide with me. So, what? You're just going to surrender? It is the only way to ensure your survival. Not happening. Varen turned, her tone sharpening. You cannot protect me, human. Eli stepped forward. Maybe not, but I can stand with you. For a heartbeat, something flickered in her eyes, pride, fear, maybe even affection. Then the roof exploded. Serath enforcers poured in, 6 armored figures with glowing blades and humming weapons. Eli ducked behind cover as plasma fire ripped through the walls. "Varen of the Fallen Batch," one shouted. "By order of the Core Directive, you are to be terminated." She ignited her blade. "Then come and try." The fight was a blur of light and fury. Varen moved like a storm, her blade cutting arcs of energy, her body a dance of lethal precision. But there were too many. Each impact weakened her armor, sparks flying, wounds reopening. Eli scrambled through the wreckage, found a fallen rifle, and fired. His shots were clumsy but desperate, enough to draw attention. One Serath turned toward him, raised its weapon, and fired. The bolt struck Eli's chest, hurling him backward. Pain seared through him as the world went white. "Eli!" Varen screamed, the name breaking from her lips like something sacred. She turned, cutting through the last of her kin with a roar that echoed across the valley. She fell to her knees beside him, energy field flickering wildly. He smiled weakly. "Guess I bought you a few seconds. You are dying. Seems fair. You saved me first." Her hands hovered over his wound, trembling again. "My touch will end you." Eli reached up, grasping her wrist. "Then don't hold back." Tears, real, glowing tears, fell from her silver eyes. "One touch should kill you," she whispered, voice breaking. "And yet, I cannot strike." "Then maybe," Eli said, barely breathing. "You were never meant to." Varen pressed her glowing hand to his chest, and instead of death, light bloomed. Her energy poured into him, not to destroy, but to heal. Sparks danced over his skin as the wound sealed, his heart restarting under her trembling hand. She gasped as the power drained from her, the act burning her circuits, tearing at her half-synthetic body. When the light faded, Eli was alive, but Varen collapsed, ending the promise. Days passed before Eli found the strength to move again. The Serath enforcers were gone, their signal lost after the storm. Only wreckage and silence remained. He buried Varen near the wrecked shuttle, marking the grave with her shattered blade. But as he turned to leave, a faint pulse echoed behind him. The ground shimmered, and from the blue light of the Serath crystal, her voice whispered, "Eli, did it work?" He spun and saw her projection, faint but alive. Her body was gone, but her consciousness had survived, encoded within her armor's core. "You transferred yourself," he breathed. "Varen you?" She smiled weakly. "You fixed me, human." He knelt, pressing his forehead to the glowing crystal. "No, you fixed me." "Will you wait?" she whispered. "For as long as it takes." The wind carried her laughter, soft, distant, alive. And as Eli walked toward the horizon, he carried with him the impossible truth that a weapon built for death had chosen life, and a single touch that should have killed him instead became the spark that saved them both.